Arizona gets 4 million visitors a year. Almost every single one of them sees the same 5 places: the Grand Canyon, Sedona, Antelope Canyon, Monument Valley, Scottsdale. We've covered those. They're magnificent. But today, we're going somewhere else entirely. Into the Arizona that existed before the Instagram tags and the tour operators. The Arizona that's been sitting quietly, waiting. These aren't just hidden spots. Some of them hide legends. Some of them hide answers nobody's found yet. And one of them, you'll need to win a federal lottery just to step inside. Let's start. 1. Superstition Mountains. East of Phoenix, a mountain range rises abruptly from the desert floor. The name isn't dramatic for effect. The Apache avoided it. They called it home to supernatural entities. Early settlers who ventured in, many didn't come back. In the 19th century, a German immigrant named Jacob Waltz claimed to have found a vein of gold somewhere in these mountains. He died without revealing its location. Over 100 years of expeditions have gone in searching for the lost Dutchman's mine. Some returned empty-handed. Some didn't return at all. The mountains don't give up their secrets easily. Hidden canyons, dry washes that appear from nowhere, rock pinnacles twisting up like something the earth is trying to say. The gold may or may not exist, but the superstition wilderness, all 160,000 acres of it, is real, stunning, and almost empty of tourists. And we're just getting started. Next, something that shouldn't exist in the Arizona desert. It does, and it runs free. 2. Salt River Wild Horses. Nobody expects this in the Arizona desert. 500 wild horses, free roaming, unmanaged, answering to no one, living along the Salt River Valley. They're believed to have descended from animals brought here by Spanish explorers centuries ago. They've been here ever since. They travel up to 12 miles a day in search of water and grazing. In summer, temperatures push past 110 degrees. In winter, near freezing. They've adapted to survive both. Watch them move, and you understand something about this land that no guidebook explains. This is what Arizona looked like before we arrived. Above them, bald eagles nest in the cottonwoods along the riverbank. 2 things that have no business sharing a desert canyon. Both are completely at home. This is real Arizona, not tourist Arizona, but if wild horses surprise you, wait until you go underground. Beneath the ponderosa forest near Flagstaff, something was carved not by water or wind, by fire. 3. Lava River Cave. 700,000 years ago, a volcanic eruption sent molten rock flowing across this landscape. The outside of the flow is cooled and hardened. The inside kept moving. When it finally drained, it left behind a hollow tube, nearly a mile long, buried beneath the ponderosa forest outside Flagstaff. There's no lighting inside Lava River Cave. No guides, no gift shop, just your flashlight, echoing footsteps, and walls ribbed with frozen flow marks. The air temperature drops immediately as you descend, sometimes 30 degrees cooler than the surface. The walls close in, light disappears. You are walking inside the skeleton of an eruption, a river of stone that was moving 100,000 years before the first human set foot in Arizona. Most people drive past the turnoff without knowing it's there. Most locals have never been in. That's exactly the point. From underground fire to a mystery on a canyon wall that nobody has ever fully explained. Just outside Flagstaff. 4. Walnut Canyon. Walnut Canyon holds something that archaeologists still argue about. Between 1125 and 1250 AD, the Sinagua people built their homes directly into the canyon walls. Fitted stone rooms, precisely constructed, positioned to catch winter sun and block summer heat. Sustainable architecture, perfected 9 centuries before we coined the term. Then, in a period that historians call the abandonment, they left. All of them. No record of where they went. No explanation in the archaeological record. Tribal oral histories speak only of an abrupt departure, shrouded in secrecy. In 1909, a news article reported a hidden cave in the canyon, strange artifacts, possible mummies, that no modern researcher has ever located. Stand on the rim trail today and look across at those dwellings. Imagine children at the canyon edge, women grinding corn, men returning from the hunt. Ordinary lives lived in an extraordinary place, then gone. The ponderosa pines are 50 feet tall now. The silence is broken only by wind moving through the canyon. Whatever happened here, Walnut Canyon remembers it. Coming up, the youngest volcano in Arizona. It lasts erupted less than 1,000 years ago, and the ground here still feels different. 5. Sunset, crater, volcano. Just north of Flagstaff, the landscape changes without warning. Black, jagged, eerily quiet. This is Sunset Crater, Arizona's youngest volcano. Less than 1,000 years ago, an eruption reshaped everything within miles. Lava flows stretched like frozen rivers. Cinder dunes rose like dark waves across the desert. What happened next is the unexpected part. The ancient Puebloans didn't flee or stay away. They came back and built a civilization in the ash. The Wupatki ruins, just miles from the crater, show a community that expanded in the decades after the eruption. The volcanic soil was fertile. The catastrophe became an opportunity. Today, twisted pines push up through black cinder. Bright lichens spread across lava rock. Stubborn wildflowers grow where nothing should grow. You can stand at the base of Sunset Crater and feel the ground shift from warm desert soil to cool volcanic rock in a single step. Arizona last erupted here, and it will again. The next location, an ancient mystery so enormous it was completely invisible to the outside world until a pilot spotted it by accident from the air in 1932. If you're still with me, and I hope you are, take 5 seconds and subscribe. We find places like these every week. You don't want to miss what's coming. Now, back to Arizona. 6. Blythe Intaglios, Escalation Peak. In 1932, a pilot flying over the Arizona-California border looked down and saw something that stopped him cold. Enormous figures etched into the desert floor. Human shapes, hundreds of feet long, scraped into the earth with a precision that suggested purpose, ritual, intention. Nobody on the ground knew they existed. Nobody had documented them. For centuries, anyone standing next to them couldn't see them at all. The Blythe Intaglios, ancient geoglyphs created by scraping away the dark desert surface to reveal lighter soil beneath, are believed to be over 1,000 years old. The figures are connected to Native American creation stories. Some represent human forms, some represent animals. Today they sit in a remote desert area, fenced off, unchanged, visible only from above or on foot if you know exactly where to look. 1,000 years of invisibility, spotted by accident. How many more are out there? Speaking of things hiding in plain sight, Arizona's second largest canyon. Almost no one visits it. There's a reason. 7. Sycamore Canyon Wilderness. 40 miles from the Grand Canyon, Arizona's most visited place on Earth, lies Arizona's second largest canyon. Almost nobody visits it. Sycamore Canyon Wilderness stretches nearly 56,000 acres. There are no paved roads in, no visitor centers, no developed campgrounds. The trails are unmarked in places, and the canyon walls drop 2,000 feet. While 4 million tourists line the south rim and wait for shuttle buses, Sycamore Canyon sits empty. A few hundred visitors a year make the effort to get there. The canyon cuts through some of the most geologically diverse rock in Arizona. Red Supai sandstone, cream-colored limestone, dark volcanic basalt, all exposed in layers along the walls. Wildlife that's been pushed out of every other canyon in the state lives here undisturbed. Black bear, mountain lion, bald eagle. This is Arizona's best-kept secret. The state's own rangers call it that. You've been within driving distance your whole life. Most of you have never heard of it. From Arizona's most overlooked canyon to a landscape that doesn't look like it belongs on this planet, deep in the Hopi Nation. 8. Blue Canyon. There are places in Arizona that tourists don't reach, not because they're dangerous or remote or restricted, but because nobody points them there. Blue Canyon sits within the Hopi Nation in northeastern Arizona. The formations are blue-gray clay and siltstone, eroded over millions of years into hoodoos, spires, and shapes that have no parallel anywhere in the American Southwest. It looks genuinely like a different planet. The Hopi have lived on this land continuously for over 1,000 years, the longest continuously inhabited settlements in North America. This landscape isn't a backdrop to them, it's home. Visitor numbers here are near zero. No signs are pointing you here on the highway. No parking lot, no fee, just blue rock, wide sky, and the quiet understanding that some of the most extraordinary places on Earth are the ones that ask something of you before they let you in. 2 more. And the next one, people genuinely refuse to believe it's real when they see the first photograph. 9. Chiricahua National Monument. The first photograph, anyone sees of Chiricahua always gets the same response. That's not real. That's edited. It's not edited. In southeastern Arizona, 4 hours from Phoenix, which is perhaps why most Arizonans have never made the drive, house-sized boulders balance on pedestals of rock so narrow they look structurally impossible. Columns of stone stacked 200 feet high. Formations that geologists call balanced rocks sit in configurations that seem to defy physics. The Chiricahua Apache called this place the land of the standing up rocks. The Apaches were not known for understatement. Known as the Wonderland of Rocks, Chiricahua receives fewer than 100,000 visitors a year. While just up the road, national parks draw millions. 22 miles of hiking trails move through this maze. Around every corner, another formation that resets your sense of what stone can do. And now, the place we've been building toward since the very first frame. 10. The Wave. Remember the permit I mentioned at the beginning? 10,000 applications, 64 people per day, less than 1/4%. This is what they're competing for. The Wave sits in the Coyote Buttes north area of the Vermilion Cliffs Wilderness, a formation of Navajo sandstone that was laid down 190 million years ago and eroded layer by layer into something that looks like a painter's dream and a geologist's obsession. The swirling lines you're seeing aren't painted. They're stratified bands of iron oxide, rust in its most artistic form, compressed and folded by the same geological forces that built the Colorado Plateau. Because of its fragility, footsteps in the wrong place can damage formations that took millions of years to form. The federal government limits access to 64 people daily. The lottery draws from around the world. People apply for years before they're selected. Most people who live in Arizona, people who grew up an hour from here, have never stood in it. It exists. It's real. And if you're willing to enter a federal lottery for the chance to see something genuinely unlike anything else on this planet, the application is free and it opens tomorrow. This is the real Arizona. This is what's been here, quietly, the whole time. The question isn't whether it's worth seeing. The question is, what else are you driving past without knowing it's there? If this showed you something you didn't know existed, that's the point. Subscribe, because we find a new set of unseen places every week. If this video made you laugh, dream, or scream, road trip, you will love the next video. Click here. The next wonder, it's one click away.